lovely example of Onate. You know, I'm sure there's plenty of people in the room that have thousands of questions, and you've solved it really well. Let's talk about any hidden charges in there. There must be something. We're going to, at the next part of this, we're going to do a couple of examples. We're going to do a bit of a breakdown, but is there any hidden charges you'd like to tell us about before I discover?
Nothing hidden. Nothing hidden. So if anyone rings me up tomorrow and says, Hugh, I want to buy this property here, and they go through the details and it stacks up and it works for us, they'll get a term sheet emailed across them same day. That term sheet will outline all the key figures, and that's your gross loan. So that's when we talk about loan to value, Andy, it's the gross loan to value. So say for instance you want to borrow 150,000 because you're buying a property that's 235,000 in Dublin, 65%. You want to borrow 150, we charge as a 3% arrangement fee. So that's 4,500. We would also then deduct 1 month's interest, just because there might be a delay getting the direct debit mandate set up. So as a good practice, we always deduct the first month's interest from it at a minimum. So that's effectively 4% will be deducted from the gross loan amount.
Okay.
So in that scenario, that's 6,000. So you would be getting a net loan of 144,000. I think that's right.
Yep.
So that's the net loan is effectively what you're getting into your pocket, or more accurately, what our solicitor is sending your solicitor. So that's the money you can use then to buy your property or do your whatever it needs to be. Now, if you've got an asset that's not income generating, and it won't be for the term of the loan, so if you're doing a straightforward refurb, and then you're never going to tenant the property, you're going to sell it with vacant possession. In that scenario, there's never going to be any payment capacity from that asset. So in that scenario, we would either look to do what we call interest roll or interest retention, where we say, well, you know what, we're going to keep, you're going to tell me that it's going to take 6 months to do this, we're going to keep 6 months of interest back from the gross loan to cover the interest payments. And then you get the net of whatever that is. Alternatively, if you turn around and say to me, well actually Hugh, I've got 3 other properties down the road here that are throwing off X amount thousands in rent and there's no debt on them, that's fine. We can take into account that repayment capacity to cover your interest payments. And one step further, depending on the structure of your SPV, if you're drawing a salary from it, we could use that as well to cover it. So we can be flexible on that, but generally, if a property isn't income generating, ideally we'd look to retain the interest up front. So from your perspective, you don't have to worry about trying to scramble to pay the interest each month. And from our perspective, we know that, Grant, we don't need to worry about this. The interest is paid for the 6 months. 6 month period comes up, and you go, great, the property's sold. Here's your check back. Let's do another deal.